What is up, everybody, and welcome back. Today, we are diving deep into a chapter that really starts to build the world of One Piece as we know it. Chapter 11, The Pirate Who Can't Be Cut. And trust me, this is more than just another early adventure. This is where we get our first real taste of how wild devil fruits can get, and where we see the complicated dynamics of our future crew start to form.
So let's just start with the biggest question this chapter throws at us, because it's a good one. You're a swordsman, or maybe you're a guy made of rubber. How on earth are you supposed to fight an enemy who just falls apart whenever you try to land a hit? I mean, seriously, what's your strategy there? It's a fantastic problem that Oda just drops right in our laps.
And this guy right here is the source of that problem. Captain of the Buggy Pirates, Buggy the Clown. And yeah, I know, the whole circus thing is a choice, but you can't let that fool you. This guy is genuinely ruthless and holds one of the weirdest, most frustrating devil fruit powers we've seen yet. But, before we even get to the big showdown, there's a whole other battle happening. A real chess match. And the grandmaster behind it all is Nami. She isn't just stealing a map. She's making a huge, desperate gamble that could go wrong at any second.
So for a quick recap, we've just met Nami. She's an incredible thief who specializes in one thing: ripping off pirates, the very people she hates most in the world. She's just managed to swipe Buggy's most valuable treasure, a map of the Grand Line. But this isn't just for the thrill of it. She has a much, much bigger goal in mind.
And this number is her entire world. 100 million belly. That's the price tag to buy her village's freedom from another even scarier pirate. Every lie, every risk, every single betrayal, it all comes back to hitting this almost impossible goal.
And these panels right here show you just how different their mindsets are. I mean, look at Luffy's face. It's pure, unfiltered excitement. He's found his navigator. He thinks they're buddies. Meanwhile, Nami's looking at him, and she's not seeing a friend. She's seeing a tool. A strong, kinda dumb guy she can use to get to Buggy's treasure. For her, he is totally disposable.
Okay, so this is where the chapter takes a really sharp, dark turn. Nami's plan goes into motion, and man, is it cold.
I mean, just look at this scene. Luffy is just completely oblivious, happy as can be, thinking he's on an adventure with his new pal. He trusts her 100%. And then there's Nami. Her face is just pure determination as she ties him up. And when he asks what's going on, she hits him with that chilling line, "You'll find out when we get there." The betrayal is already happening, right in front of him.
And here it is, the moment of betrayal. She just waltzes right into Buggy's base and presents Luffy in a cage like a gift. She spends this whole tale about how she's done with him and wants to join Buggy's crew instead. It is such a bold, ruthless move, and it's all about getting her closer to that treasure.
But then Luffy says this, and it just flips the entire situation on its head. He's not mad, he's not panicking, he's just cool about it. He looks right at Nami and drops this line, which is shockingly perceptive. It's really the first time we see that he's not just some simple kid. He understands the pirate world maybe even better than she does. It's an amazing character moment.
So with Luffy stuck in a cage, the spotlight swings right over to our main villain. So let's really dig into who Buggy the Clown is and what he's all about.
If you ever wanted a single panel to explain Buggy's entire personality, this is it. One of his own men makes a tiny joke about his nose, and Buggy just immediately tries to choke him out. No questions asked. He's incredibly petty, has a hair-trigger temper, and absolutely cannot take a joke. A truly dangerous combination.
And the source of all his power is, of course, a devil fruit. Now, we know Luffy ate one, but it's so important to remember this is only the second devil fruit user we have met in the entire series. This is Oda's way of telling us, hey, that rubber power, that was just the appetizer. This world is full of people with all kinds of strange and dangerous abilities. So let's get into the details. Buggy ate the Barabara no Mi, or the chop-chop fruit. It lets him split his body into a bunch of different pieces and control all of them at the same time. Think about that. How do you slash a guy who can just split apart before your blade even hits? He is a swordsman's absolute worst nightmare. Add in his obsession with treasure and his love of giant cannons, and you've got a recipe for total chaos.
Which brings us to the climax of the chapter. And this isn't just about a physical fight anymore. It's become a clash of philosophies, a battle over what it really means to be a pirate.
To prove her loyalty, Buggy gives Nami a special cannonball, a Buggy Ball, and tells her to finish Luffy off. And Luffy, still smiling from inside that cage, asks her straight up, "Is this really you? Are you really ready to kill someone? And that's when you see it. Her hand starts to shake. She's a thief, she's a survivor, but deep down, she is not a killer. That is the one line she just can't cross.
Nami hesitates, and Buggy sees his opening. He lunges forward to do the job himself, and then bam! Out of absolutely nowhere, Zoro is there, blocking the attack. The first mate has arrived at the most critical moment possible. Everything is about to change.
And this is the epic final shot of the chapter. Luffy is tied up, locked in a cage. He was just saved from being stabbed, and he's got this huge grin on his face. He looks Buggy right in the eyes and makes a promise. This is pure Luffy. It doesn't matter how bad the odds are, you cannot break his spirit.
So let's just quickly go over the huge takeaways here. First, the world is expanding. A new devil fruit means the power system is way bigger than we thought. Second, Nami's internal conflict, that battle between her will to survive and her own moral code, is front and center. And finally, we get this huge insight into Luffy's character. He's not just a happy-go-lucky kid, he has a rock-solid philosophy about what it means to be a pirate.
And that leaves us on the perfect cliffhanger. Zoro's here and ready to throw down, but his captain is still locked up. How are they supposed to beat a guy who can't be cut when Luffy is totally out of commission? We're gonna have to find out next time. Thanks so much for hanging out. If you like this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and I will see you all for the Chapter 12 explainer.